Hey, push students, Mr. Imatsu here, coming with your should be period 4 review. My apologies on that. There you go. So period 4 review with Adam Norris and our short answer practice. So you guys seen this before? Adam Norris does a great job using what we call the key concept outline.
This is Kyle. He invented one way to destroy.
Let's go ahead and mute it. All right, let's move on. But I guess in this case, he doesn't actually give the key concepts, which actually is kind of a little bit of frustration. So I apologize, but I'm still going to show you something. But usually what he does is he provides, I'll look for it in the next one, he usually provides key concepts. And you might be going, well, what's the key concepts? That's what I want to show you right now. So on my syllabus, I have my website, but my website looks something like this. And under tips, tricks, and resources, if you haven't checked this out, I really hope that you guys take some time right now to kind of take a look at this. There's something called the key concept outline. And we reviewed this a number of times in our school, in our Zoom classes. So most of you guys are probably already very familiar with this, so I'm not going to waste your time. And if you aren't that familiar, hopefully you can attend a Zoom session, ask some of those clarifying questions, or look at past Zooms where we look at the key concepts. But anyways, going down to, let's get to 4 as quickly as we can here. So here we're in 4. And how do I know I'm in 4? Up here it says period 4. Here it says unit 4. And it says topic 4.8. So I'm in the 8th topic of period 4. And this one's about, let's just go ahead and stop here, Jackson and the federal power. Right? So I really like this because they didn't used to have this, but they kind of give you a topic, so it kind of gets you an idea. Also helps me understand as a teacher what topics are important, and also the order in which they present usually the topics usually kind of makes sense as well. Because like the Second Great Awakening happens between 1800 and 1850 and continues on, theoretically till today. So what time are you going to do that? Are you going to do that, during Jefferson's time? Are you going to take a pause during Jackson's time or Madison's time or the War of 1812? At which time are you going to do the Second Great Awakening? So kind of gives us a clue of order of things. I've had a couple students ask me about thematic focus. In my opinion, this isn't really that important. What it is saying that there are certain themes that always happen in history. So this one's politics and power. And I don't care if this is in, the colonial America during the French and Indian War. I don't care if this is the American Revolution, the Constitution, the Civil War, currently the War of 1812, or let's say growing sectionalism and secession rights and nullification of South Carolina. I don't care what those topics are. This is something that we're going to talk about. There's going to be debates because of different groups, and I'm not going to get into it because I don't think it's important. So that's one thing. A couple of kids asked, what is that? It's basically saying that these themes carry on through history. You could say another one is work exchange and technology, right? How do people work? What technology works, and how that changes over time. Another one is like labor systems. Another one is immigration and migration, right? Not immigration not only in the United States, but migration in the United States as we move westwards towards California and complete what is called manifest destiny. Okay, so that's what those are about. Not going to get into it more. I do like the learning objective for a couple of reasons. Number one, it gives me a historical thinking skill. And if you see the word causes and effects, hopefully your brain is going, oh, that's probably causation. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. It's hard to do because, let me see, let me hide that. There we go. So I apologize. So it helps me understand that this is causation as a teacher. And then secondly, this is where it gets really important. This is key concepts. This is unit 4, topic 1, letter I, C. And you're like, where does that come from? There used to be an old key concept outline, and it wasn't done by topics, and it is just done in these crazy units in like order. And so they've taken that and kind of changed it and made this much better. So these are the 2 key concepts. Notice that, okay, it goes 4.1 to 4.3. So could you imagine in the past how hard it was to figure out what was going on with Andrew Jackson and federal power? Because it would be all over the place in different parts of the key concept. So much better for us, much easier for us, for you, and for me as a teacher. But here is information, in my opinion, if you don't know what a tariff is, if you didn't know what the National Bank is, these are all great questions to ask inside of the Zoom sessions, our tutorial sessions, and just things to be aware of. I really think that between understanding the historical thinking skill and understanding the content or the words, it's going to really help you set up well for the multiple choice. So just a little heads up, as you guys watch Adam Norris here, you may want to have this and kind of see how it kind of ties in. When he starts talking about women, come down, or sorry, talks about Jackson, here, find Jackson. I guarantee down here, there's Second Great Awakening. Age of Reform, I guarantee there's probably some women. There it is, Seneca Falls. So try to identify that and try to see these words and make sure that at the end of learning the Seneca Falls or at the end of this, that you were to go through almost every single one of these topics, starting with period 4, and have a great idea of all of the words that are inside here, because these are the words that are going to be on the test, and these are the words that you can use to demonstrate your knowledge. All right, next. After that, you're going to do your short answer book practice inside here. You guys have different versions, so you might have different short answers. And, the idea is just to practice, guys, to be honest. I'm going to be real, and I said this before, and I said this right here, I believe. These aren't the best short answer questions. And you're like, well, why don't we have the best short answer questions? Well, because I have a total of 9 of them, and we will use them. And you're actually going to see one of them on our next activity, which will actually be a test, but you'll have a whole week to do it, and you'll have a chance to get graded by me to improve on the next one. And so we'll talk about that in our next assignment. So for this, guys, just try your very best. A couple of things that I just want to help you out with. You might want to take a look at this screencast to know how to do a short answer. We've talked about 3-sentence templates. We've talked about how to answer it. I kind of have a technique in my head that I use to answer it. And just to quickly review, it's this. Identify what the answer is. It's usually a key term, aka a person, an idea, a place, some kind of event, some kind of historical key term. Explain what that key term is, and then make sure you answer it. If it's a cause, if it's effect, a similarity, a difference, a continuity, a change, what makes it a cause, effect, similarity, difference, continuity, or change? All right, so that's just basically real quickly going into it. Another thing I wanted to show you guys is, on Schoology, and this is getting updated. Thank you for your patience. It's not always updated perfectly in the minute, but, I do my best to update this as much as possible. There is some reviews in which we actually look at a short answer review. So period 5, I believe, in this case, really wanted to look at short answer reviews. So click this YouTube and kind of, fast forward to the part we talk about short answer, and we kind of spend some time helping kids really understand what the short answer is, okay? So with that being said, there are just a couple of things for this activity that can help you out. Notice I've also picked the questions for you on the short answer. And notice that, there's a lot of them, but guys, it should be only 3 sentences, all right? So, but I do think the practice will help out. So just 3 sentences, and just try your very best and put it in. Cool. All right, guys. Hopefully that's clear, and we'll see you in your next activity. Take care. Bye. Later, pushers.